Hello everybody. My name is Afrin Mullah, student of B.Ed first year, studying in KLE Society College of Education, Vidyanagar, Hubli. First of all, I would like to thank Shri Pradeep Lakshati sir for guiding me in preparing today's presentation. Today, the topic of my presentation is e-learning. I am going to focus on introduction, second, e-learning, initial resistance, third, definition, fourth, characteristics, 5, types, 6, advantages, 7th, disadvantages, 8th, e-learning versus traditional learning, 9th, impact of e-learning on teaching learning process, 10th, e-learning platforms, 11th, conclusions. Moving on to the first slide, let us look into the introduction of e-learning. E-learning refers to a learning system that we can obtain through the internet using an electronic device. This e-learning is also called as online learning or online education. This E in the e-learning stands for electronic, hence the original term electronic learning. Here, online refers to an internet connection. It also refers to a network that can provide knowledge and skills to one or more individuals. And these networks are created by e-learning website builders who are in charge of creating personal teaching platforms to people without technical knowledge. And this network can provide knowledge or skills either to everyone simultaneously or individually. It also requires students to use electronic devices such as computers, tablets, and cell phones, usually of their own, or although often students use institutional devices too. With e-learning, students theoretically can learn anytime, any place, as long as they should have access to Wi-Fi connection or data connection and a good device. Coming to the pioneer of e-learning, that is Bernard Luskin. In 1963, Bernard Luskin installed the first computer in a community college for instruction as computer assisted instruction. According to him, E is exciting, energetic, enthusiastic, extended, and educational. He also says e-learning is a storehouse of education, information, communication, training, knowledge, and performance management. Coming to next slide, e-learning initial resistance. So when the internet first started, people were skeptical about this type of education. Means they were confused or they were in doubt. However, as technology and learning system improved, studying online became more popular. Today, millions of people study online all over the world, and they are saying goodbye to the papers and hello to the devices. Subsequently, schools have replaced physical books with digital content that students can easily access on their electronic devices. And not only has e-learning benefited companies and schools, but also millions of workers. Let us see some of the definitions of e-learning given by different researchers. First, according to Sarah Guri Rosenbild, she defined e-learning as electronic media used for various learning purposes ranging from conventional classroom add-on functions to online substitution for face-to-face meetings with online encounters. Second, according to Clark and Mayer, they defined e-learning as instructions delivered through digital devices with the intent of supporting learning. Third, according to Arkorful and Abido, defined e-learning as using information and communication technologies for enabling access to online teaching and learning resources. According to Ruiz, Menzar, and Leipzig, defined e-learning as using internet technologies for enhancing performance and knowledge. Next, Darren E. Hartley defined e-learning as teaching and learning process by using internet media, intranet or other computer network in order to give the material to the students. Here the difference between internet and intranet is that internet is a global media where all sorts of information are available, whereas intranet is a private media and the information is related only to the specific groups. Next, according to Matt Comer-Cairo, he defined e-learning is a means of education that incorporates self-motivation, communication, efficiency, and technology. According to Derek Stockley, the delivery of a learning, training, or education program by electronic means. E-learning involves the use of a computer or electronic device such as mobile phones in some way to provide training, educational or learning material. According to the Learning Skills Development Agency, e-learning is learning supported or enhanced through the application of information and communication technology. Let us have look on characteristics of e-learning. First, e-learning is learner-centric learning, which means the e-resources are available according to the interest of the learner. Second, e-learning for lifelong learning, which means with increased access to the technologies, the learning can be a continuous process. Third, e-learning is flexible learning, which means the e-resources can be accessed irrespective of the time and place. Fourth one, e-learning is social, which means you can learn from and with others. Fifth point, e-learning involves learning objects. E-learning uses reusable learning objects. The e-content can be saved for reuse, as the learner can save it in Google Drive or can save it in a folder and can also attach it to the files. Sixth one, e-learning is personalized, which means the learner can customize his learning according to his needs. Next, e-learning involves effective communication, which means here two-way communication is established between the teachers or the learners or among the learners themselves. Coming to the types of e-learning, e-learning is divided into two types: synchronous type of e-learning and second, asynchronous type of e-learning. In synchronous type of e-learning, the learning and the teaching takes place at the same time, provided the trainer and the learner are physically separate from each other. Next, here the learners can participate and share their ideas during the session and interact with each other, and they get detailed queries and the solutions. Nowadays, synchronous type of e-learning is gaining popularity because of improved technology and internet bandwidth capabilities. Here examples are listening to a live radio broadcast, watching live television broadcast, audio or video conferencing, internet telephony, online lectures, or two-way live satellite broadcast. Second, asynchronous type of e-learning. In this, the trainer prepares the courseware material before the course takes place. Or in other words, asynchronous type of e-learning where people are not online at the same time and the interaction does not occur without a time delay, allowing people to participate on their schedules. Here it is learners directed. Here the learners may learn at any time, download the documents and chat with the teachers and also with the co-learners. Here examples are self-paced courses taken via internet or CD-ROM, videotaped classes, stored audio or video web presentations or seminars, recorded audio tapes, question and answer, mentoring, reading email messages, etc. Next, advantages of e-learning. It is very efficient way of delivering courses online. Second, it is convenient and flexible. Third, students who are working part-time or full-time can take advantage of web-based learning. Fourth, it promotes active and independent style of learning. Fifth, the students can have an access to the internet 24/7 and you can train yourself anytime and anywhere. Sixth, you can train yourself on day-to-day basis or on the weekends. There is no hard or fast rule here. Next, through discussion boards and chats, you are able to interact with everyone online and also clear your doubts if any. Here, the video instructions that are provided for audio and video learning can be rewind and seen and heard again and again if you do not happen to understand the topic at first instance. Coming to the disadvantages of e-learning, well, there are not many disadvantages of e-learning. The main one being that you get knowledge only on theoretical basis, and when it comes to putting to use whatever you have learned, it may be a little different. The face-to-face learning experience is missing, which may matter to some of you. Second disadvantage is that here online assessments are limited to the questions that are only objective in nature, which means it is only fact-based. Third one, here the extent of security of online learning program is a problem. Fourth one is authenticity, means particular student is performing the task or it is done by somebody else that you cannot have an account of. Fifth one, as I said you before, here the knowledge whatever you are giving, it is only theoretical based and not practicality based. Let's have a comparison between e-learning versus traditional learning. As you all know, e-learning takes place online, where traditional learning takes place offline. Here e-learning can be done anytime, any place, whereas traditional learning is forced in a schedule and a place. Here e-learning is flexible, whereas traditional learning is imposed. Here e-learning can be done alone, whereas traditional learning together with your colleagues. E-learning supports an independent learning style, whereas traditional learning from and with others. In e-learning, the primary source of information is the online content, whereas in traditional learning, the primary source of information is the trainer. In e-learning, there is a limited interaction, whereas in traditional learning, there is an extensive interaction between the trainer and the colleagues. Next, impact of e-learning on teaching learning process. Information communication technology, in which e-learning, e-teaching, e-teachers are built-in component, has some impact on teaching learning process. Firstly, it creates interest in the learners. Second, it paves the way for personality development. Third, it deepens our understanding. Fourth, it increases motivation. Fifth, it improves efficiency both in learning and teaching process. And fifth, it promotes collaborative learning and increases our social skills. E-learning platforms. People can do an online course via a wide variety of different platforms such as virtual learning environment. Virtual learning environment means virtual learning environment is a virtual class that allows the teacher and the student to communicate with each other online. Here some examples are Learn or Blackboard or Moodle. Here all these are software application where Blackboard prioritizes in providing better assessment tool for the teachers, whereas Moodle and Learn are open source learning management platforms designed to help schools educate their students. Next, video streaming services such as your YouTube. Video streaming services means a service that sends video over the internet so that people can watch or listen. Third, virtual instructor led training, that is VILT. It refers to training that is delivered in a virtual environment or when the instructor and the learner are in separate locations. Here, VILT can be conducted synchronously or asynchronously. Here, some of the examples I can quote is your Zoom app, WebEx meetings, and webinars. Here, WebEx meeting is an online meeting that allows you to virtually meet with the other people without leaving your home or offices. Webinar is an online event that is hosted by an organization to a selected group of people through their computer via internet. Next, discussion board. It is an application on the World Wide Web for holding discussions where instructors post questions and students post responses. This is also a synchronous type of virtual learning. Next, forum. It is a place in which people exchange ideas and discuss issues. It is also an area of a website where users can post, comment, and have discussions. Next is podcast. It is an audio file similar to a radio broadcast that can be downloaded and listened to on a computer. Next is MOOCs. It stands for Massive Online Open Courses. These courses are free programs that several colleges offer. Even some of the world's most famous and prestigious universities use them. Example, Coursera or FutureLearn. Some programs allows you to pay for the certification of the course, and these courses can count as a college credit while others have value in the job market. These MOOCs courses are affordable and flexible way to learn new skill, advance and focus in your career and deliver quality educational experience at scale. Finally, coming to the conclusion. To sum up, e-learning is not intended to replace conventional methods and learning in classroom. Its aim is to create an augmented learning environment where technology is used to deliver a combined range of teaching and learning techniques aimed at maximizing the individual participation and achieving the goals in the learning and teaching process as a greener world. Thank you.